Now, Trench+Crusades is something I know little about. I watch YouTube videos and kind of get lost in all the lore and stuff like that. But when I hear good versus evil, it got me thinking about all the evil monsters in this strange game. So diehard Trench+Crusade players, I apologise in advance for this build. But this is my evil wooden man build. He's not law, but then Judas Priest sang about breaking the law, right? My name is Aaron, and you're watching Terrain by Aaron. I can't believe I'm saying this, but so far, no wood, just plastic pen cases. That's because to make my wooden man, I need to make a body first, so pens. Oh look, a base, ready made. That'll come in handy to stick the legs onto. Then it's just like Jenga, but in reverse, or Connect 4, without the counters, or, oh, you get the idea. I precariously add pen bits until I have something that resembles the outline of a body. Once that is done, and I have 6 more pens I needlessly took apart for this build, I add more pens to add bulkage. At last, coffee stirring sticks, and no, the lifetime ban hasn't ended with my local coffee shop. Thank goodness for Amazon. So you know how this bit goes, cut bits of wood down and start sticking them onto the pen body. I know what you're wondering, why did I choose super glue instead of hot glue? Simply because my fingers would soon be a spider's web of stringy hot gluiness that I just can't do anymore. So it took some time to glue all the sticks to the body, but I got there in the end. I think it was the fumes from the super glue, but for reasons unknown I stuck some wires into the rib area simply because they'll never be seen again. The less we dwell on that, the better. Oh look, a wooden man with no head. These fumes are taking control. More bloody wires. Actually, these wires are part of the build. I wanted the wooden man to look like hell had just gathered scraps together and made something that looked humanish. Or had stumbled out of my brain after a night on the cheese and wine. I carved down some stirring sticks to make pointy fingers. Once the wood was done, it was time to paint using some burnt umber by Vallejo. Off screen, because it was so fiddly and all you could see were my hairy monkey hands, I made a head. And this was made with, apart from the wooden sticks, the bits I'm putting on now are 2mm styrene. Remember this toy from my Gaslands build? I made spikes for the car. What? You never watched that video? You best turn your notifications on. That way you'll be informed every time I release a video. Done that? Good. So I'm using these spikes as teeth. I envisioned my wooden man to have armour, not all over his body, just certain parts. So grabbing more plastic card or styrene, I cut some shapes on my cutting mat. Not on the dance floor. It's okay, I'll wait. I'll wait for the joke to sink in. And while that joke sinks faster than the Titanic, I'll drop some subscriber names who have left funny, inspiring comments on the screen now. And here's the nerdy YouTuber a bit. If you're new here, please like and subscribe to the channel because it really helps. Thanks very much. So while I was yapping, all I've been doing on screen is just adding bits of plasticard onto the wooden man as armour. Once the armour was down, it was then time to apply the head. And then rivets, or more like sticky gems that are going to be looking like rivets once I've painted them. I wanted my wooden man to look different and strange and kooky, so I just applied some piping, which was thin styrene rod, just to give it that little bit more sort of strangeness. And then used these little beads to act as anchors for the piping. To do the anchoring bit, I just cut down the bead in half so then it could just simply fit over the piping or the wires. Just like that. Some chain I raided from the other half's jewellery box, just to give it that effect of chains from hell, I suppose. It's code word time. If you want to leave a comment, put this code word in your comment so I know how far you've got in the video before skipping, and you'll also get your name on screen in a future video. And the code word is yellow belly banana. Let's see you put that in a comment. So now it's time to paint the armour, which I'm going to do red. Red for hell, I guess. I'm trying to be as careful as I am and not spray it on the brown. But hey ho, that's the armour looking very red. Don't worry, washes will bring that down. I'm just using a highlighter pen, which is silver, just to hit all the rivets again. And then a little dry brush of silver to hit all the piping. I'm guessing this monster from hell is going to be tooled up, so he's bringing a sword with him. What I'm attaching there is some spikes from a miniature that I just cut down. The bits I cut off the fencing, I just stuck it onto the model. This is probably the part where I got mixed up with all the lore, so my apologies to all you Trench Crusader diehard fans out there. This is the point where I tone all the colours down using a homemade wash of grey. I'm quite simply just going to slap it all over and then just dab it off. I don't think there is no real technique to what I'm doing right now. I just slap the wash on and then just dab off and just let bits stay where they are. Once all the wash is dry, I'll just go over it with another dry brush of white to try and bring out some of the highlights again. I'm using a cut off from the other half's tablecloth, because I want to put some sort of cape on this monster. Get the cape looking more capey. I'm using some Mod Podge and I'm just going to put that all over the cape. Please do excuse the big chunky monkey hands. The Mod Podge a few hours to dry and then it sets nicely, so then I can start painting over the material. Once the cape has dried, I'll hit it with some homemade brown wash. Then dabbing off the excess with a paper towel. I want my monster to be holding something and smashing it, so I'm going to make a cross out of XPS foam. And then to give it some texture, I'm using a wire brush to give it that wood look effect. I'll use some PVA glue. Well, this is extra strong glue, still PVA glue, and some cocktail sticks just to get the XPS foam into place. There's the cross, and I'm just going to snap it just so then it's easy for me to paint. Cover it with a mixture of black and Mod Podge mixed together, just so then anything else that I put on it won't seep into the XPS foam. Variety of brown, starting with the darkest first and then just go lighter as I apply each colour. I hit it with a mixture of white and grey dry brush. Sorry, dry brush. That is it. Glamour shots are next. I apologise for mashing up the lore. I will pay attention when I'm watching more Trench Crusade videos. Like I said, glamour shots are next. So until next time, keep scratching that build, everybody. Thanks for watching.